All right, everybody. Let's get to the fun part now that the season's actually over. Before we do that, let us take a look at the stats on the year, and then obviously we'll take a look at the playoffs and everything like that. I imagine we were the only team this season to be 0-17, and we were. Nobody else had more than 4 losses. I believe the Bears still had Patrick Mahomes, though, so them going 4-13 is hilarious, as the Giants are on top of the football world. Let's look at the numbers for this year. In terms of total offensive yards, we were dead last. Passing yards, dead last, but barely. Mahomes, if he was there, he must have gotten hurt. Rushing yards, easily the worst. We averaged 7.3 points per game. Easily the worst. 9 passing touchdowns, the worst. 3 rushing touchdowns, the worst. And 158 first downs, the worst. Defensively, we allowed the most yards in the league. Not by air. We were 3rd worst, but certainly the worst by sea. 538 points allowed, easily the worst. We only recorded 10 sacks, easily the worst. As you would expect, we were dreadful. But to look at our individual stats, Peter Boren, 2,700 yards, 9 touchdowns, 28 picks. For a 40 overall, that's really not that bad. He was also sacked 55 times. How are you alive, Pete? How are you alive? Keelan Howard, 488 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown. The other 2 belonged to Tyreek Offord. 2 fumbles for Keelan, and they were in the same game where we actually controlled the team. Top target on offense was Clyde Kindley with 62 receptions and 778 yards. No touchdowns, though. He had 3 apiece from Maynard, Day, and Pearman. Maynard, Day, Keenan. Blocking-wise, the tackles had a time. The fellas had a time this year. Woof. Defensively, our tackle leader was Daniel Newton. Our sack leader with 4 was Trey Aiken. He had 3 for Oakman. And our pick leader with 4 was D'Angelo Carter. Not bad. Kicker went 13 of 16. Hit every extra point, all 12 of them. Fair enough. Around the league. Yardage king was Jaden Daniels for Cincy. Dak was in second with the Chargers. Jordan Love and Steve Hales, the generated dude to the Giants. That all broke 4,000 yards. The touchdown kings with 34, Washington's Kenny Pickett, and Detroit's Matthew Stafford. Most interceptions, would you believe it? Peter Boren. Drew Lock for Denver and JJ in Houston. Tyler Huntley was apparently Seattle's starter all year long. Rushing king was Kenneth Walker III. He also had Josh Jacobs up there, Najee Harris for Miami. While the touchdown king with 20 was the Chargers' Nick Chubb. Bijan was up there for the Giants. Most fumbles, 4 for Rachaad White. Reception king was Jerry Jeudy in Minnesota with 109. He also had Terry McLaurin, Rome Odunze, and Devonta Smith, at least at 100. Yardage king was Devontae Adams. You had McLaurin, Smith, Rome, Christian Kirk. Touchdown leader was Devontae Adams. I mean, he has been loving life in Cincy. Loving it. Best lineman in the league, Quentin Nelson. Imagine having a player like that in Indianapolis. The worst linemen were Joe Allen, guy in Green Bay, Anton Harrison in Dallas, and our own Raheem Cyprian. 15 allowed. Cyprian did it in the fewest amount of downs played, though, so I'd call him the winner. Top tackler was Daniel Newton with 134. Sack leader with 18, Buffalo's Aiden Hutchinson. Nobody else had more than 13 and a half. And the pick leader was 6, Tariq Woolen and Charvarius Ward. Top kicker in terms of attempts made, Harrison Butker and Jason Sanders each had 26, but Fairbairn, Nail Fairbairn should win Kicker of the Year, 96%. Did Newton hit Superstar? We will check shortly. Not yet, but shortly. Your playoff brackets looks as such. Baltimore with the first round bye. You got the Jets and the Browns, the Titans, the Raiders, the Chargers, the Dolphins. Other side, of course, the Giants with the bye. We have Saints and Bucks, Cardinals, Cowboys, Vikings, and Commies. So again, the Cowboys looking to make it 3 in a row to kick off this weird alternate reality that we have going on. The team has hit a 70 overall, by the way. Not bad. But the first big news that we're looking for, Rookie of the Year. That's what we got to hope for. Oh my God, the Cowboys might actually be making it 3 straight Super Bowls. They are. Dallas and Baltimore. The Cowboys might just win their 3rd straight Super Bowl as they take on number 1 seed Baltimore. Ridiculous. This game loves Dallas so much. So much. What's an NHL team that you think people don't realize is close to blowing it up for a full-scale rebuild? I need to think about that for a second. Someone that's close to blowing it up for a full-scale rebuild that people don't think are that close. I mean, people think Pittsburgh's close. People think Washington's close, although they look better after this year. Tampa's trying like hell to not have to do that. Colorado, I think, isn't really in that category. Edmonton? Let's go with Edmonton. Especially if Draisaitl or McDavid leave. That's my vote, is Edmonton. It was the first team to really jump off the page for me in that category. Upgrade players after the yearly awards are out. Oh, baby. We might have good news. Your MVP in 2026, Josh Allen. Your Coach of the Year, Ramiro Gallo for the Giants. Let's look at the NFC awards first. Your Offensive Player of the Year, Devonta Smith for Detroit. How wasn't it Josh Allen, though, if Josh Allen was MVP? Defensive Player of the Year, Greg Rousseau for the Cowboys. And obviously a couple of rookies that we've never heard of. Whatever. Your AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Devontae Adams. Your defensive is Aiden Hutchinson. Here we go. Here we go. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Jared Tolbert of the Patriots. Julius Rout, who was the first overall pick. Nate Day finished in 4th. Keelan Howard in 6th. But Defensive Rookie of the Year. Come on. We didn't get that either. Darren McCree. Only guy up there for us was Cameron Simpson. Well, we still likely got players to upgrade, or at least points, but we did not get either Rookie of the Year. It's a bit of a shame. Daniel Newton is the guy. Did he go Superstar was a question previously. He's up to a 73. He might have won Linebacker of the Year. Superstar Dev, Big Dan Newton. Led the league in tackles and has gone Superstar as a result. We'll take it. We will take it. NFL tackle leader. Superstar Dev for Dan Newton. Started at normal Dev and in 2 years has worked his way up to Superstar. That is what this UDFA challenge is all about, baby. Whew. Well, just like that, the defense going to be looking just a little bit better. Awesome. Wheels, hopefully both of them. Your soupity boopity champions for the 3rd fucking year in a row is the Dallas Cowboys. They beat Baltimore this year, Buffalo last year and Tennessee 2 years ago. The Cowboys are on a roll. 3 in a row. Sweet Christmas. As Jacoby Brissett retires, Mike Evans, Derrick Henry, Cooper Kupp's gone, Stephon Gilmore, Matt Stafford retires as a Lion. You'd love to see it. Honey Badger's gone. We lost Verrett and Barkley, which isn't surprising. Derek Carr and Khalil Mack are both gone, amongst others who would have still been on the free agent list. Fair enough. Shout out to Big Mike. Of course, we're not going to worry about the off-season press conference because it's worthless for us. And these will be our practice squatters. Indeed. Go ahead and auto-upgrade them all. I mean, they're probably all going to get cut heading into next year anyway. All right. Well, then we certainly had some good news this year. Jason Verrett retired at halftime. He might have. If he didn't, he might have wanted to. On-field player meeting. Interesting. Let's see what this one is. This one could at least be somewhat satisfying for us. Dallas is busted in this. Yeah. Number one motivation should be more meaningful. Jamal Maynard. What's your motivation? Says Crash Andrews Cornhucker. I hate the cold. I hate the cold. Hate the cold. Hate the snow, and I hate the cold. I want you to care about being a starter. I don't feel like you've built up enough trust with me for me to take your advice. What is this conversation? Whatever, man. Whatever. 26 players have contracts expiring, including running backs Tariq Offord and Bo Kendricks. Neither are that bad. But given that we already have a guy with star dev who's going to take priority, we're going to let both these guys go. They're not bad, but I'd need them to get a breakout to be useful. Zach Colbert at fullback. He's not bad, but I do want to look for a better long-term fullback that can actually be built up. Wideouts, Peter Yarbrough, Al Curry, both not bad, but still normal dev. As is tight end Garrison Belton. Pretty much anybody, if they are normal dev, I think the team has been built up enough that we can drop them. And continue to look for players of a higher caliber. Higher starting caliber, I should say, including Will Ferrell, unfortunately. But, yeah, Richard Kramer, Sean Bryan, I mean, in theory, they are guys that we could build around, but we'll hedge our bets in the preseason and drop every single one of these guys. Perfect. Works for me. Works for me. We move on. Cincinnati, baby. Cincinnati. So we will have to spin the wheel to see who gets our picks this year. We'll do that shortly. You had the ability to bring back people. Technically, yes. I mean, there's really no rule against it. Like, we do know that they were UDFAs in the first place, so. I mean, normally I like to sign people just to be like, oh, just in case, but if they're there, it's probably fair game, but if it's Dallas, do a reroll, right? Let's see, the big free agents this year. DeMarcus Ware goes to the Giants. Outside of that, nobody over an 81. So we have still yet to see like a crazy high-rated free agent. Fair enough. Cool. All right. Let's spin the wheel. Who's it going to be? Last year it was the Patriots. This year, nearly the Patriots again. It lands on your choice. Fuck that. I don't want to choose. Is it Tampa or Dallas? Oh my God, it was almost Dallas. But it will be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa wins the draw. It was very close to being Dallas. Very close to being New England again. But it will be Tampa. Imagine saying our second biggest need is quarterback. How dare you, game? How dare you? We only boost Tom Brady franchise. All right. Well, here you go, Tampa. Enjoy the picks. Enjoy the picks. Actually, not done with you yet, either. I got some other lower level picks to deal. All of these, and you know what? Do we have? Yeah, even the 2028 7th. Let's just get rid of them now. We'll have to get rid of them eventually anyway. All right, give me a 7th rounder next year. I mean, I guess it kind of, yeah, whatever. Offsets. There we go. Okay. Well, we'll see how this draft goes for everybody else, but we, of course, do not partake. Why would we? Where's the fun in the draft? The draft? Who cares about the draft? Who cares about the draft? We will look at the recap at least, though. Alrighty. Well, it worked out pretty well for Tampa. They ended up taking an 81 overall player, first overall, Rod Richardson. Holy hell. He was the best player in the draft. Really good second-round pick for the Broncos and Braxton Lewis. A great running back steal for the Bears, Doug Brooks. Sanford was a pretty good pick, too. Couple third-rounders in the 75 range. All right, I mean, a couple of decent later picks. And a great pick first overall, so congratulations to Tampa. They really won out there, didn't they? That went pretty well for them. So with that, it's our favorite time of year. Let's take a look at who's available this year and see if anything changes about our plans. Hello, Michael Roberson. He could be decent. First up, though, the quarterbacks. Brandon Hackett. Obviously, we would need somebody to be pretty damn good for us to consider them at quarterback. Glenn Day out of Kansas. Normal dev for him. What about Joey Anderson? It's going to be kind of a bummer if we get a good quarterback here, though, isn't it? Tracy Whitfield. Also a no. John Garcia, grandson of Jeff. Not good enough, though. Terrell Fitzpatrick. Not good enough either. Tim McCain. You get a good quarterback moving the kicker. What about Michael Roberson? Normal dev for him, too. He was a second-year guy anyway. And then Joel Cleary. All right, so no quarterbacks to pick up this year. What about running backs? Montrell Clemens. Normal dev for him. Cortland Taylor. So far, nothing. Keelan Farrell. Normal dev. Davian Shade. Tiebreaker, I'm trying. Sorry. Sergio Harper. Also normal dev. Of course, we could bring back Tyreek Offord if we wanted. We got Danny Coleman. Normal dev for him. Oh, boy. Zach Jones. We're not finding anything so far. Tracy Gray. Of course, the best player we found last year was a punter. So, hey, patience is a virtue. Dwight Goodwell out of Montana. Not good enough. Darius Springs. Yeah, man, we have not found anybody so far. Addison Shepard. Also not going to cut it. Mike Bowman. Not going to cut it. Nick Thomas. Damn. Last running back is Cole Upshaw. Well, at best, we might as well sign the higher-rated dudes. We'll bring in Nick Thomas and Mike Bowman. Why not? Tiebreaker, we converted a punter an X-Factor dev punter to quarterback. That is the current ongoing meme. Pretty much actually a quarterback, too. We know we're going to have to bring in a mentor. Kirk Cousins! Mentor Kirk. I'm here for it. I am here for Mentor Kirk. All right, let's see. Do we have a good fullback? We had Colbert last year. What about Braden McConnell? Normal dev. And TJ Wesley. Also a second-year guy. We'll just go ahead and bring back our punter from last year then, Zach Colbert. Why not? We know he's a confirmed UDFA. Wideouts. What do we got at the wideout position this year? We start off Reggie Jackson. Normal dev for Big Reg. Of course, we already have 3 good wideouts, so. Quentin Thurston. Normal dev for him. Donovan Buggs. Normal dev for him, too. Man, we haven't found anybody yet. Bad luck. Amari May. Sorry, Amari. Not going to happen. Victor Elliott's. Nothing. Nada. Zilch. What about Victor Elliott's? Out of Maine. I should have known he wouldn't be good. Goddamn Black Bears. Rashawn Wooden. Also not going to cut it. Randall Cooper. Nope. God damn it. Come on, Cooper. Javon Peterson. Shit. Come on, there's got to be somebody. JoJo Favors. All-name team for JoJo, but not going to happen. Seth Coleman's a second year. What about Floyd Neighbors? Okay, there we go. We got one at wideout. Star Dev Floyd Neighbors, the 22-year-old at Penn State. Welcome in, Floyd. Okay. Lofa, they really do. They really do. Let's see. It reorganized. Did we look at all the 23? Donovan Bucks, JoJo, Randall Cooper, Wooden, May, Thurston, Jackson. Okay. Forrest Bright, I don't remember if I looked at you. If I did, you weren't good anyway. What about Al Curry? We had him last year. Bruce Amos. Old famous Amos. Doug Bowers. No. Will you be our neighbors? Desmond Rhodes. McIndwing. Justin Alston. Normal dev for you as well. Jadavian Basnight. Come on, man. All the good names. All the good names aren't paying off. Mac Mason. Nope. What about Rick Ellington? Also no. Dorian Strong. Dorian Weak. Eric McCollum. Hey, we got another one. All right, so that's 2 Star Dev wideouts this year. We are pretty much good to go in that position. At least at a base level. You know, if we can find somebody better, cool. But Florida State's Eric McCollum. Eric, welcome in. Happy to have you here. Seth Coleman was a second-year player, so I think we're good for the 22-year-olds, right? Right, Curry, Amos, we are. Curtis Franklin. And there's another 3 Star Dev wideouts this year as we add in Curtis Franklin out of Montana. This will be interesting for us. What about Kyle McQueen? Normal dev for him. Stephen Posey. Normal dev for him too. Damon Shields. Nope. And last but not least, Percy Billups, son of Chauncey, normal dev. So we got 6 wideouts who all at least have the dev pattern that we're looking for. What about tight ends this year? Sean Fort, normal dev. Again, we do already have 2 at least star dev tight ends. Daryl Weatherspoon. Rashad Ingram. Also not going to cut it. Robert Locke. Nope. Casey Stanley. Sebastian Cutler, son of Jay? Probably, because he's not very good either. Justin Bennett. John Boone. Joe Guerrero. Not going to make it. Zaire Bradley. Not going to make it. And then this last guy will basically be signed no matter what. Chad Shepard. Yeah, normal dev for Chad. He'll be our 3rd stringer this year. At left tackle. Billy Bush. Normal dev. Or Billiam Bush. Brian Connors, a 2-year pro, so we won't bring him in regardless. Dorian Thomas. Normal dev for him. Mike Weatherspoon. And we've had some very, very bad luck on the O-line. We've only brought in 1 guy. Cassius Ryan. Also no. What about Pat Leak? Where's the leak, ma'am? Still normal dev. We could move a wide out to tight end. I don't think we have to, though. See, we got Mitch Springs, normal dev. Although we do have a tight end, we might have to move to the O-line. Deontay Levy. Nope. Heath Rivers. James Harrison. A linebacker? Alani Mims. Hey, finally. Another star dev lineman. Current left tackle, Alani Mims. Welcome in, Mr. Mims. That's a nice, pleasant surprise for us there. Addison Rose, normal dev. Austin Haskins, normal dev. Mike Gregory, normal dev. And last but not least, Daniel Snow, normal dev for him too. Let's go for, he'll be a backup, so we'll just go for Haskins. It's fine. Let's get the best overall backup we can get. At left guard, Frank Hannon, 2-year pro, so shouldn't have clicked on him. What about Tavares Berry? No. David Phillips is a no. Johnny Bonner. That's a no. Josh Lambert or Lambert. That's not good enough. Troy Hurst. Not good enough. What about Sam Wilkerson? Not ideal. And last but not least, Jason Rhodes. Also normal dev. We'll just bring in the best option that we have as a backup role, and that will be Sam Wilkerson. At least for now. Center. Earl McIntyre. Not going to make the cut. James Amell. Son of Steven. Also not good enough. Jonathan Kelly. Newkirk we had last year. Will Croft for food. Not good enough. Colin Wright was a 2nd-year guy. Alex Ross. Normal dev for him. And John Martinez. Normal dev for him. We'll just sign these 2 guys. Fuck it. They're terrible, but might as well. Random roster filler. Right guard. Do we have anybody promising? We start off with Max Preston. Normal dev for Mr. Preston. Pat Martin. Normal dev for him too. Cam Howe we had previously. Seth Henson. Grandson of Jim. Also not going to cut it. Andy Carmichael. Son of Ricky. Marquise Reddick. Mac Pryor we had last year. We know he's not going to be good enough. Tony Johnson. Southern Miss as well. Everett Ambrose. What about Brandon Hill? Normal dev for him. And last but not least, Matt Payne. Jake, take it easy, man. Appreciate you hanging out. I do. Sorry, let me not lose my train of thought here for at least one more second. We'll just bring in these two top options there. We'll do it. We'll do it. Bring the Payne and bring the Hill. So, anybody else on the O-line? Just right tackle left to look at. Jared Gallery. The Galleria of Jewelry. Deontay Walton. Also not quite what we're looking for. Anthony Alexander. Also not going to cut it. What about Jamarcus Burton? Cyprian we had last year. Mike Ingram. Mike with a Y because your parents hate you. Enrique Costa. Also not going to be good enough. Levi Casper. Johnny Larson. Yeah, I don't think our luck's going to change here. Dexter Grenard. The Grenard. Rod Scott. Also normal dev. And Jalen Atkins, last but not least. We'll sign him anyway, but he's also normal dev. So we only added one particularly interesting offensive lineman, which is a little bit disappointing, but is what it is. We'll see if we got any more help on defense. All the defense is taking up pretty good shape as well. So defensive line, DeAndre Davis kicks us off. Normal dev for him. Also, Daniel Rice was there too, apparently. Thad Costanzo. Please, let Thad Costanzo be good. He is not. What about Damian Slate? Cameron Woods. But he won't. Greg Pierce, whom we had a couple of years ago. Glenn Watson. Normal dev for him. What about Larry McLean? Doing there. Andrew Ringer. This could be shaping up. Now, despite the fact we got numerous wideouts, this could be shaping up to be our worst crop yet. Will Brooks. Normal dev for him. And then Quan Boone will be signed no matter what. He's also normal dev. Okay. Defensive tackle up next. We start off with Emmanuel Good. And shockingly, lives up to his namesake. So we get another 23-year-old defensive tackle into the mix in the form of Emmanuel Good. So it's at least something. What about Justin McRae? Obviously, hoping for a superstar and X Factor. It's so unlikely, but you never know. Steve Short will not make the cut. Greg Goodson will not make the cut. Sean Brian Kramer. Alton Bowman? No. Tyrone Jenkins? No. Dakota Verdon? Not going to make it. Brian Famous Amos? Nope. Russ Truman. Jaden Parker. Paca. Nope. Doesn't make it either. Michael Daniels. Also not going to make it. Josh Porter. Eagles have won back-to-back Super Bowls in my UDFA run. Maybe it just picks a favorite team and says, you win all the time. Marco Cherry, you're our last hope. Not quite good enough. We'll still sign him anyway. He'll be third string DT. Right side, all we have here right now is Oakman. About Matt Grubbs. That is a no. Donovan Tolbert is also a no. I mean, come on, the guy played for UConn. What are we expecting here? Jaquan Floyd. Also not going to make the cut. Roman Borum. Oh, I feel like I'm doing a good job boring him already. Let me just get nothing. Nick Matthews. I accidentally looked at Cameron Simpson. We had him last year anyway. Gil Sherman. The Sherman. Also wasn't going to make it. John Evans. Nope. Owen Riles. Nope. And last guy to look at is Travis Griffin, who also isn't going to make it. So we need a backup option. We can bring back Cameron Simpson. So we had him last year. Left outside linebacker. We could certainly use an improvement here. Jason Madsen is not said improvements. What about Brian Townsend? No. J.R. Mason. He's a second-year option. It's a shame. Devin Burns don't work. Anton Charles. Okay, we got a star dev at outside linebacker. Anton Charles. You got two first names. But we will we'll bring you in. I mean, it's not the best out of the gates, but it's something. It's something. Which means we probably don't need to bring in Devin Burns now. JT Brackett. Normal dev for him. Dude, these two guys have some damn good overalls out of the gates. Holy shit. Donovan Keenan. Normal dev. I'm going to sign him anyway. And Donald Snyder. Yeah, we'll still sign them both. Breakouts could help him a ton. Middle linebacker. Start off with Jaden Price. Nope. Chuck Claiborne. Not enough people naming their kids Chuck nowadays. So we got James Ross. Not going to make it either. Bryson Clifford. Jarius Reese. Also a no. Jason Schwartz is a no. Kalen Parker. So many Parkers. Mike Palmer. Nope. If his name was Arnold, he would have been good. Jonathan Aldridge. Emmett Moore. Damn. Zach Blanton. Ben Butler. And last but not least, a middle linebacker, Dion Upshaw. All right. Yeah, nothing crazy at middle linebacker then. But we do have Newton, who's a superstar here at this position already, so no biggie. We'll still sign Emmett Moore to be the third man. Right side, not too many people to look at. Toby McClellan. Normal dev for him. Sam Hughes. Not going to make it either. Jason Mills. Oh. Pat Schultz. Also not going to make it. Damn, man. Brendan Roten we had last year. And then what about Jeff Hawkins? We'll sign him no matter what. Yeah, normal dev for him too. Okay. Corner is typically the most fruitful position. See if that's any different this year. Damian Davis. Normal dev. Let's go after Cedric Parsons. Nope. We already got 3 good corners. Gerald Jones. Not going to make it. Corey Davis. Damn. Damn. Starting to lose hope for an X Factor or superstar this year. Frankie Tomlinson. Not going to make it. Bobby Yates. That's just so much faster we could go through this. They just added that fucking symbol. Justin Hughes. Also not going to make it. What about Rashad Burks? Okay, we do have a star dev corner in the form of Rashad Burks. So welcome in the 23-year-old out of Northwestern. I don't remember if we looked at Justin Hughes, to be honest. I think we did, but just double check. Yeah, because he was at a Wake Forest. Final 23-year-old then was Theo Francois. Normal dev for Theo. That brings us to Jamichael Ware. The free agent list, that's where. Canada, that's where. Deontay Green. Also not going to make the cut. Tim Knight. Good nights to your college football career and now professional career, because there won't be one. Ty Payton. Nope. Ty Payton. Jonathan Kidd. We already have one good corner named Kidd, but we will not have another. Getting the snip. David Foster. Also not going to make it. Gabe McClellan? Nope. Levi James? No. Braxton Sharpton? No. Kevin Clifford? No. Shad Wooten? Root Tootin' Wooten. He's not going to make it. Tracy Holiday. Show me DeAndre George. Nope. A couple of these guys aren't bad ratings-wise. Rashawn Cummins. Normal dev, that's a shame. And then these top 2 will pretty much be signed no matter what. Julian Vasher. And last but not least, Sean Woodson. Damn. Another guy out of Northwestern. Free safety. Britton Mason. Definitely running out of time for a position player, like difference maker. Dan Thomas. Star dev free safety, Dan Thomas. Sid, hello, my man. How are you? Well, my raccoon, I guess. How you doing tonight, buddy? Bring in Dan Thomas. What about Jamal Wilkerson? Normal dev for him. Chris Brown we had last year. Malachi Weber? No. Keelan Beckham? Also a no. And then last but not least is Terrence Warfield. One day away-ish from him. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to start it up till next week, but it is very close. All right, strong safety. You're my last hope. Ethan Herman. Not going to make it. Josh Pointer. Not going to make it. On Rose we had last year. Denzel Ross. Not great. And then we'll sign this guy no matter what. But Jimmy Beatty. Normal. Are there any expected updates to my errors? There's a lot of concern that they haven't fixed contract stuff. And then they added the Steph Curry era, which, don't get me wrong, yeah, but also, like, we're still in it. They should have gone further back, not more recent, you know? At kicker, Parker Brackens. Normal dev. Brett St. Louis. Oh, Brett St. Louis. Cam Butler. And last but not least, everyone wants just the ability to pick a starting year. Everybody. Punters. Last but not least, Cody Griffith. And two more guys to check here. We start off with, nope, actually one more. Nick Jackson, that young buck. Doesn't make it. Okay. So we got a couple of players here and there, but this was the first time we did not find someone at either Superstar or X Factor for their dev pattern, which I can't complain too much, right, given those circumstances. We are going to have to go through the training camp stuff again really quickly, which is always fun, but we are set up decently well. We might also double check to see if certain people are better in one spot over the other. But yeah, Peter Boren's definitely still our starter. We are sticking with this this plan until it blows up in our face. Speaking of blowing up in our face, let's go do the training camp drill where we take balls to the face.